So welcome to this talk. We will present the automatic join cloud VMs to the FreeIPA identity domain. And we want to do something different. We will introduce each other. So this is Alexandra Nikandrova. She's a senior technical writer for the Insights Experience and the cluster management team. She loves animals, but she's currently living with 2 cats, and she does brilliant and wonderful watercolor paintings.
And this is André Boscatto. He is a senior product owner for multiple subsystems like IDM, SSSD, Samba, and we are connected through Insight Experience. He is a part of IDM Insights. And he is an amazing colleague because every time I go to Vienna, he always happy to meet for a coffee. And he is a dog lover, slightly opposite.
Okay, so what we'll discuss today, so we'll split the presentation. Part will go to Sasha and then I will start. So I will speak more about the problem. And Sasha will talk about the solution and she will go through the demo. Yes, we have demos. And then I will speak about the... Okay. And then I will go through the gaps, limitations, and future directions. So, hopefully everyone here is familiar with some of the acronyms we use, because once I joined Red Hat years ago, I was lost. So in case you are not familiar with any of those, feel free to ask later on, but we assume you have this kind of knowledge so you don't feel lost during the talk. Yeah, that's what I said. And hosts, users, yeah, pretty much that. So what is the problem? Imagine that you launched a virtual machine, and what comes next? So since we are in the identity and access department, we wanted to create a way to automatize this problem or to solve this problem. So the machine is there, and you need to handle the entire access of this machine. So questions may arrive like, how do you authenticate to it? Like most often we use SSH keys, and we create on demand, or we have like a key and we share this key, which is not the best way to do, like secure-wise. How does it authenticate to other machines if needed? Imagine that you have a collection of machines or a fleet of machines. How do they interact with each other or services? What if many users need access to the workload? So we already mentioned about the sharing your credentials or SSH keys, not a good practice, but we know in our daily basis sometimes we do this. I'm not here to blame or judge. I already did this. What if someone leaves the company? So usually people don't think about that, but if you shared something with someone, you need to imagine that you share the password or the credentials or SSH keys, whatever you have. So you need to remember, okay, someone left the company, we need to revoke access and etc. Or how do we enforce access policies, rotations, or I don't know, to make it even secure. We explored some solutions, potential solutions. So we came to we tried to scaffold and follow some paths. So if you use SSH keys, as already mentioned, it doesn't scale well. If you want to use SSH certificates, it scales well, but require probably a special purpose PKI to do that. You can use a PAM or through a third-party commercial solutions, but we are open source. We wanted to use something free. We have the corporate IDM, which behind is FreeIPA, and spoiler, we chose this one. But you need to enroll the client somewhere, so the VMs are launched, but we need to know that VM exists, so this is the enrollment process. And we have the corporate cloud-based IDM, which is Entra ID, formerly known by Azure ID, if I'm not wrong. But by the time we were investigating and trying to find a solution, it was not well mature, and we chose the FreeIPA. So basically, this is an overview of the scenario of the solution, the problem we were going through, and we wanted to solve. So on your left side, yeah, yes, on your left side we have the existing IDM in your corporation or whatever, it's your personal IDM, and you have the newly provisioned machine launched, and you have okay, I want to have to make this machine be part of my currently IAM solution, so I don't need to go and configure the machine over and over again. In the middle, we have the problem a little bit further. So once the machine is launched, in the meantime, what do you do once you don't go there and configure it by yourself, or you don't enroll the machine into your IAM solution? Usually require manual intervention, so the admins or, I don't know, someone needs to go there and do this enrollment by himself or herself. And of course, sometimes you need to share credentials or in doing that. Okay, I'm the admin, I will log in, or I need to ask someone to do that. So we wanted to simplify all of this process and create an automated fashion way to, if you look on the right side, the machine is part of your IAM solution, inherits all the privileges, the groups, the users, and etc. And boom, automatically it's accessible by anyone in your corporation or your, I don't know, domain. So the bottom line is we created a solution. Sasha will present the solution to you, but the bottom line is we try to reduce complexity and costs. We took privilege of already using our IDM solution in place, so you don't have to do everything over and over again. And we don't sacrifice security, and also it's automated, so we don't need to care about that. It will suddenly, not instantly, we can cover this later on, but like after the machine is live, in like short, depends on your infrastructure, but like in 30 seconds, 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, the machine is enrolled in this solution. And I will ask Sasha to go over.
Okay, everybody hears me, right? So, yeah, the fun part is the solution, which I'm going to present. First, I will start with the project itself. It's called Podengo. It's like, basically, Portuguese Podengo is a dog with 3 breeds, sub-breeds, similar to Cerberus, as you know, I think Greek mythology, right? Who was protecting the gate into the underworld. So similar to this, but this is also the word play, pod, containers, and Go language in which the solution is implemented. So yeah, Podengo. And yeah, we have a cute mascot for it. It's this doggy. André is very happy about this doggy. And we have obviously GitHub where you can find all the sources where our solution lives. Let's talk about the main join benefits. As André mentioned, it leveraged the existing IAM. So you have your existing identity domain, and you can connect your existing identity domain. It is automatic and immediate. Immediate is with a star because there are other third-party things that may delay the immediate join, but yeah, we cannot influence that. And because you already have your identity domain, you already have the environment, you don't have to expose any sensitive information to anyone, to us. And those are the benefits. We have a few components to this solution. There are 2 sets of components, IDM, SVC, backend, and frontend, and IPA, HCC server, and client. So 2 standard components. two sets of standard components. And this is architecture overview. I love this diagram. On your left, right? On your right. Sorry, I'm a girl, I have orientation problem, sorry. On your left is a control, like this is our service, and on the right is something that you have, your identity solution. It has two workflows. It has three workflows, but third one is kind of prerequisite for our second workflow. I will tell you a little bit later. And I see image builder people are sitting there, so it's their solution. So first, the user, you as a user, going to the UI and invoke the wizard to register your domain, your identity domain. This wizard in the background requesting the token that you need to provide while registering your identity. In our case, it's going to be IDM. Identity domain with the registration command IPA HCC register, following by the token that the Podengo service provide you with. And after that, when you register on your server, during that, it will ping the backend of the service, of the Podengo service, and it will store your registration in the database. This is the registration workflow over. The second workflow that is presented with the blue lines in the slide is a join workflow. Basically, you have your image that you want to deploy somewhere. In our case, it's going to be in the cloud platform, such as AWS. For that, you need to have the IPA HCC client installed. You must have your client register with a subscription manager with Insights. And so once the machine comes alive, it pings it sees that, like, okay, I have this client installed, the service is running, I need to ping the backend and say, like, hey, I'm alive. Is there any server or domain that I can join? So it pings the backend hostconf service. It checks if it has anything for this client, and okay, yeah, you have it. It responds back, and in this case, client going to the IPA server because it's already have all the information with the response from the backend, and like, hey, I'm alive. Can I get enrolled with you? And like, okay. It checks with the IPA API, so it got the like, yeah, you can. At this point. At this point, the magic happens. A client has the permissions and everything that it can join, and whatever users already exist in your IPA server can now authorize and have all the permissions that you already implemented, enforced within your identity domain. That's the workflow. So simply, as I mentioned before, the third workflow is building an image. But first, you need to register. Then you build an image. with the client, with the client package, and then you deploy this image on various cloud platforms with a star, because in fact you can use as cloud platform as bare metal, for example. It will work when it has the when your clients registered with the subscription manager. Yeah, we wrote, André, Fraser, and I wrote a series of blog posts. You can scan those QR codes and read them. It's basically more in depth how our solution works. Yep, taking a pictures, and I'm stuck in the wire. Demo time, yay! My favorite part, almost. I will not run all the demos. First demo will show how you register the identity domain with, in our case, hybrid cloud console. The second one, how you build an image. What should you put into the image? What configuration it should be? And this is what I wanted to share with you. Unfortunately, we do not have. We do not have speakers here, but that's I will be narrating. It's kind of 5-minute demo. So here we see the domain is registered with the console in directory and domain services. Yeah, it is still in preview mode, but yeah, you can see the. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So one more thing, it is in preview mode only because we have our packages still in Apple. So be aware when you create an image, you need to include Apple repository. So, yeah, now we are going to images, image builder service, and we have already in the previous demo, Fraser created the image, and it's he's going to launch it. He's going to launch it to AWS. Yeah, he is choosing like what instance type, and he choosing the he is choosing the template because also for IDM IPA work properly correct, you need to set up like all necessary networking, DNS settings, and this template he pre-made before the demos. So he set up everything correct that identity domain could communicate to the client, which will be running in the AWS in this case. Yeah. So he is explaining here that I just told you. Yeah, next. So we mentioned before that you may not need the SSH keys, but launching service right now requiring SSH key. So yeah, you will choose one, but it's not needed for our service. And yeah, so review, launching. It's really easy if you never try. Our console is great. Our developers are brilliant. So yeah, before that, when you launch something, it will give you the command that like SSH to something. So, and it will give you the standard user EC2, but because we connected it with the domain, with the identity domain, IDM, and we have their pre-existing users, we will connect with the user that we have in the IDM. Yep. Yeah, so it's external IDP user. And he went to the server, IDM server, because it still needs some time for the machine to connect. Yeah. He will list what machine they have. No, he is listing who is authorizing. So he's authorized as admin user, and he's listing the host. So the first host name is the one machine that is launched and already enrolled. So it kind of success. And he is showing. Yeah, he's showing that there is a EIDP user with a user authentication type, and yeah, it is. You can configure via GitHub in his case, authentication via GitHub. So he will now log in with the GitHub. He run. He will need to put the PIN into like authorized through the GitHub. Yeah. Going to the GitHub page and authorizing with the PIN. Come on. Yep. Yeah, now entering the PIN. And if everything is correct, spoiler alert is correct, he will be authorized. Press enter, and here we go. Now he is EIDP user in the machine. Yeah, and the host name. So yeah, this is the IP address for the host, and he will check that it is the same host as the IDM found. So yeah, everything is working well, and this is concluding our demo. I hope I did not speak too convoluted, but now we will go to gaps limitations and everything else.
Yep, so probably have 5 minutes, right? More or less, okay. As you saw, there is no manual intervention. It's everything automatic. And it was, you configure once in the domain, and then every machine you launch, you take advantage of that. It's secure, fast, and you don't have to, any concerns, okay, my machines are being rolled in my already existing IDM solution. So I'll speak a bit about the gaps and limitations. Features in production, the hybrid cloud console. It's in preview mode, but you can use it, and if you have any questions or concerns, you have the blog posts we shared. It details all the step-by-step. It has the links to the documentation. It also explains the architecture more in deep dive, and there are also all the videos. So the documentation is published. The packages are in Apple, as Sasha already mentioned. What else? So I, as a PO, I really wanted to know from like you, if you have a chance, please swing by, like just stop me. Hey, André, I wanted to talk about that. Like, hey, I found it useful. I didn't like it. Like, I really want to know and really like to receive feedback, especially from the community, because it's open source. You can use that in your own infrastructure. You don't have to use Insights. We need to have a platform to provide that for ourselves and for our customers. FreeIPA, we're in-house. We have people. We have knowledge. We have RHEL. So Fedora, and we were able to develop that. As you see, we don't have, so I'm looking for feedback about that. If you think it's interesting, please swing by. It's more than welcome. One limitation that we have, you can only register for now one domain. What could come next? So as I mentioned, FreeIPA was in-house. We had the knowledge, the experience, so we built on top of that, but we don't have Active Directory. A few customers, they came and, oh, we want a free Active Directory. We are more or less have the solution in mind, but we didn't implement yet. Another thing that we want is imagine that you are not so skilled and you have like your cloud environment. Nowadays, it's so easy to create a cloud account and an AWS or whatever, GCP, and you just have your machines there. So we wanted to speed up the process and maybe share tips or guide through people who are not so knowledgeable to go deep in dive into, okay, what is the problem happening here? So we want to assist those people to have a better, secure environment in an easy way. Support for multiple domains that I already mentioned, that we just support one, and other hybrid cloud console specific integrations. Not anything in the radar right now, but if another customer or someone who is using, oh, I wanted to use this in somewhere, so yeah, I'm open to that. The resources, so here you can find links to our GitHub project, links to the documentation, the same talk, more or less the same talk. Fraser gave in everything open in Australia. I gave in FOSDEM in the beginning of the year. Another guy gave in the DevConf India, and now Sasha and I are presenting here in DevConf. So yeah, we are trying to spread the word to have a more secure world and less pain for admins. There is the mailing list if you want to reach out to us for later on. And yeah, since Sasha loves cats, another cat in the presentation, I just have one dog. So if you have questions, now's the time. Yep. I must repeat your question. Yeah. So let me see if I understood it. Oh, do you want to take this one? Okay.
So the question...
you need to repeat. Sorry.
Yeah, the question was how exactly the host, you mean IDM's client, authenticate with the Podengo service. So when the client coming live, it is requesting enrollment token.
Yes,
from
so it's this machine is coming alive and it's registering the subscription manager. So the control plane is aware of that machine. So that machine pings the control plane. Hey, I am alive. Is there any server that I can enroll to? So there is a response. Yes, there is a server you can enroll to. So all the process happen there. But this guy here is doing everything. So the configuration is here, so it pings like hostconf and the API returns. Yeah, so okay, you use this token, like everything is under SSL protocol. Yep.
And it is, as I mentioned in the beginning, it is an inside service. So it should go through the insides.
And your second question? So he asked if the machine joined and you kill the machine and you want to join again, a different machine? So the process will happen again. There are two parts. One of them I'm not sure if I can answer you, but all the so the machines are getting enrolled. Unfortunately, we don't have a useful mechanism to understand if the machine is just stopped, if you killed the machine, if you want to revive the machine. We don't know the state of the machine. So we can be proactive, and maybe like in 30 days we can start cleaning up all the hosts that are, okay, this is inactive for 30 days. We didn't implement that because I want to receive like what is useful or not. I don't want to create something that you don't use. And the second one is, if it's the same thing, I don't think we tried. But because we were creating new machines, we were killing and creating new machines, but I don't know the same machine. Because if you stop the same machine and you start again, you are not connecting. It's already connected. It's already enrolled. Yeah.
So the question was if there is another second machine with exactly the same parameters, exactly the same host name pops up while the first one got killed or like got eliminated. So this API thing actually is the database where the information is stored, and if it is exactly the same, it will be working theoretically. So the question is, right now we were talking about that you can provision the machine on the various cloud platform, but is it possible to provision it in any private maybe cloud provider or bare metal, for example? Is it correct? Yeah, it is actually possible while your client is registered with the subscription manager. It will work the same. Yeah. So the question is, if I understand correctly, when you're creating an image, you need to choose the provisioning, or what? What is this image? Well, we are creating images with blueprints, which our brave image builder team developing. And the image builder is taking care of everything that you need for your image to be created.
So that kind of integrates with the image builder in the database already?
Yes.
Because, for example, you might repeat our images. We have the image builder in on-premise.
Sorry.
Yeah, so the question, the context is, in their team, they create their own images using their own system. Okay, so regardless where the image comes from, if you have the packages that we mentioned inside the image, when it launches, it will work. Bare metal, cloud, whatever.
But you need to register it with Subscription Manager. And we are out of time. Thank you. Thank you.